Today might be Valentine's Day, but the holiday can be really difficult for a lot of people. So this is the reason why we have TV host Naz Perez. She decided to create a unique support group, Heartbroken Anonymous, tailored to help people heal. We want to talk about this because she's right next to me.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for being here. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, so let's just talk about why you wanted to launch this group.
So I used to be a producer on The Bachelor, and after I left the show, I got a knock on the door from my neighbor who was going through a heartbreak, and she felt more comfortable telling me about her heartbreak than her own friends and family. And I was like, oh my God, we're more willing to tell strangers how we actually feel about things. And then I went through a really bad heartbreak after that, and I realized that we have so many places to go in the world. When we're hungry, we can go to a restaurant. When we want to read, we can go to the library, work out, we can go to the gym. Where do you go when you feel heartbroken? There was nowhere to go. So that's why I started the support group, Heartbroken Anonymous.
And it's so funny that you say that, because I feel like that's actually been psychologically proven, that we do tend to share more with people we don't know that personally because of the judgment factor, right? So creating that support group is so great. I do want to talk about the fact that heartbreak comes in so many different forms, right? I know we're talking about Valentine's Day, and you might have, recently broken up with your spouse or something like that, but there's so many different ways to have heartbreak.
I love that you brought this up, because a lot of people don't even know the official definition of heartbreak is overwhelming distress. So it could be losing your job, having a miscarriage, getting in a fight with your mom. All of these things cause heartbreak. And like you were saying, when you're in a group of people, community, there's this catharsis of, when we're going through heartbreak, we feel like everything's just happening to us. But in Heartbroken Anonymous, we listen and share stories of heartbreak and remind each other that we're not alone.
Can you walk me through what one of these in-person meetings look like? I know you have Zoom too, but what does it look like in person? Yeah,
so everyone sits on the ground in a circle, and then we have a Heartbroken Anonymous ambassador moderate the meeting, and people just share stories of heartbreak one by one. And sharing is encouraged, but it's not required. And then at the end, we share something that we're grateful for. But it's nice amazing because you see people walk in as strangers and leave as friends. And a lot of people aren't talking about right now the fact that Valentine's Day, like you said, could be a really hard day for some people. I know personally, I went through a heartbreak around Valentine's Day. And this day could just, and this week in general, can just remind you of sort of the isolation that you're feeling within your heartbreak. So I just want to remind people in this epidemic of loneliness that we're going through in this country that there are places to go, there are resources to remind yourself that you're not alone.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and we want people to have that type of outlet because it is so important. What's the response been from people who do attend it? Let's get into the Zoom aspect of it too.
I love that you brought that up. The response is amazing because, one, it's anonymous, and like you were saying, it's a non-judgment free zone. So you can just feel and be. I found that a lot of the times when we go through heartbreak, we sometimes don't want advice. Sometimes we know what the right thing to do is, and this isn't in place of therapy. Obviously, I recommend for people to, go to therapists and use all the resources you can out there. This is just an additional resource. But on the Zoom meetings, it's amazing because you don't even have to turn your camera on, and people from all around the world can connect with other people around the world who are feeling similarly to them. And like I said, it's not in place of therapy, but if I can help people feel relief, right? Because that's all we really want to feel is relief for like an hour, then to me, that makes all the difference.
100%. You do have an event coming up, right?
Yes, I am so excited. So this Friday, we are partnering with Open Mindfulness Studio, which is in Venice. And they are like the leading mindfulness studio and app right now. So even if you don't live in California, or if you do live in California, there's an app, the Open app. Our event is sold out, which is amazing. We're going
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're going to be doing a breathwork series, a mini Heartbroken Anonymous meeting, and a meditation just to help people heal and build community. But if you can't come to the event because it's sold out, I highly recommend downloading the Open app. They have a whole heart and heartbreak series, breathwork, meditation for people dealing with all matters of the heart, and they were put on by experts in neurobiology, relationships, and mindfulness.
This is so great. You have a Zoom meeting for tomorrow too, right?
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. So for people all around the world that are also feeling heartbreak this week, you can join us on Zoom at heartbrokenanonymous.com. Just sign up for the meeting. There's a minimum donation fee, but if you can't afford it, we always tell people to reach out to us. We'll let you in for free. The last thing I want is for anyone to feel alone and like they have nowhere to go. So we do have a meeting tomorrow, a post post-Valentine's Day meeting for all those feeling heartbroken this week.
I heard tomorrow is Singles Awareness Day.
Is it?
Maybe it goes along with that.
There you go. Singles Awareness
You
Day.
didn't even know it, but you're so in tune that that's what's happening tomorrow.
It was all synchronatic. It was all divine.
Well, thank you so much for being here. You're wonderful. This sounds like a
Thanks.
really great organization and way to get people together so you're right.
Thank you.
They know that they're not alone. We're going to
Thanks
put
for
all
having
this
me.
up on our website, of course, kcalnews.com/themorningwrap. And yours